In China, they've built in this one city. They've built a lane for people that they're calling zombie pedestrians, people that are buried in their phones.
I have an instance where this happened to me the other day, where I was driving and a guy was literally walking down the middle of the road looking at his phone, and he had no idea I was coming up behind him. So I'll read the article again. This is a fairly short article. I didn't want to read it all, so I'll just give you the gist of the article here. So the Chinese city has become the first in the world to create a special walking lane for zombie pedestrians hooked to their mobile phones. Over 100 feet of pavement on Shenzhen, I guess whatever it is, has been marked with special paint to direct people who just can't take their eyes off their screens. Phone addiction has become a huge problem in China, which has a population of 1.3 billion currently, obviously dropping as we know, where dawdling app addicts are holding up those in a hurry behind them. New pavement along Foreigner Street has the word cell phones painted on the ground along with arrows that mark out a separate walking lane. How pathetic that we have to, like sheep, we're just being herded. And in the next lane, a no cell phone sign marks out a clear pathway for those who are in a rush. Officials reportedly designed the unique venture to remind pedestrians it is best to not play with your phone while walking. Oh my God. In 2012, the Philadelphia mayor's office set up a similar scheme as part of an April Fool's Day prank. Officials sent a press release to all media describing a pilot program for an e-lane, a designated space for pedestrians who prefer to stroll while on their phones. Mayor Nutter said, "Stand on any sidewalk in Philadelphia, and you will see fellow citizens with busy lives who can't take the time to look up from their iPhones, Blackberries, and other electronic devices. The e-lane is a safe and convenient option for those distracted walkers and should make sidewalks safer for the rest of us." Wow. Well, at least somebody's taking it as a joke. However, there was a serious message behind the stunt, as the mayor office worker Andrew Stober pointed out. A pedestrian is stuck in a car once every 4 hours in the city. He said too many of those incidents come from actually distracted driving and drunk driving and drivers not doing what they should do. But pedestrians also have a role to play. It's something that we see all over the city. Pedestrians who aren't paying attention, it's one of the first things you're taught growing up. Look both ways before you cross the street. So pathetic that we're treating...
that we got to this point.
Yeah. Well, it's the...
But people are so mindless. They're genuinely mindless.
Yeah.
Like, you see it on people who just aren't on their phones. They're oblivious to everyone around them and everything that's going on around them.
Yeah.
You see it all the time.
Well, you think about it. These things have distracted us so much that we can't even look up for anything. Mm-hmm. So it kind of makes sense in a way to control people in that regard. Like, it's sad that we've had to do these, no texting and no calling while you're in a car, but I don't disagree with those laws, because realistically, you see it. You can tell when you're behind somebody. Yeah. First thing you go, they're on their phone. You pull up alongside, and the idiot's on their phone, and they're swerving all over the place. They have no idea what's going on. So unfortunately, a lot of bad apples make it bad for everybody. But I agree at least with the fine of those kinds of things. But at the same time, I would disagree with any restrictions that would cause you to maybe you couldn't bring your phone into your car in order to start your car, or some bullshit that they could.
Yes, technically weird stuff like that is too far.
Yeah, like what's already say here? I think all of these control events is an attempt to see how far the goalpost can be moved. Every event is an incremental diminishing of rights. Of course, yeah, we start with small bites, right? You don't eat an elephant all in one bite, but you can do it in small bites,
a little thing at a time.
Right. So this is kind of like one of those things. It's funny that it's starting in China.
Well, yeah, it's
not
weird.
Funny.
It's yeah, like it's just weird to me that this is a problem.
I would never have thought growing up that anything like this would be a thing. Mm-hmm. It seems
here we are.
I would think children understand this kind of thing, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's like dumb us down.
Make it maybe a spike in narcissism.
Well, of course there would be, obviously, right? Yeah. People doing smaller, more personal versions of what we're doing right now. Yeah. I'm going to broadcast on my phone. Look at me. I'm going to TikTok in the middle of the road. Yeah, some crazy stuff.